Every week, a new band. Brought to you by NZ On Air. Active Live! Yeah.
Kia ora Active whānau and welcome to Active Live. Today we are joined by Albert River to help celebrate their release of Bank Woe, the record. Kia ora Albert, welcome to the live room.
Thank you for having me. It's very warm in here. But good.
Feeling the heat of the pressure. I wanted to say congratulations on releasing your record Bank Woe today. This album has been 6 years in the making. How does it now feel to have it out in the world?
6 years in the tinkering, I would say. Yeah, it feels like it's the right time. Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm.
Talk us through the writing process for this album or the tinkering process.
Yeah, well, I mean, sort of doing a lot of dreaming, you know what I mean? Like kind of falling in love with melodies and everything. So it was kind of just like a lot of built from a lot of diary. You know, there's a lot of diary in the album in terms of the lyrics and the vibes.
Mm.
So yeah, the writing was very sort of organic in a way, because it was jousting between sort of getting the right word and everything. I had a lot of time to find exactly what I wanted in the right places and things, and normally you don't get that when you write, you know what I mean? It wasn't, so it was quite nice. I sort of did a lot of editing over the years, just by performing and playing and things like that. So yeah, it feels good that it's finally here. Yeah.
That it's finally released and the right words were found.
Yes.
I found this quote from you particularly interesting. I had a dream that died. Perhaps us artists understand that sorrow, but then somehow the dream begins stirring. A very interesting pain artistically. Could you expand on that quote a little bit for us?
Yeah. Well, I mean, firstly, you know, as an artist, I mean, a lot of the theme of Bank Woe is just around being, I guess, to some extent, like a small artist. You know what I mean? Like in a big pond, and how you basically have to do the same things. You know, in order to sort of find yourself, find your voice. You know what I mean? Like whether you have money or you don't, you have to do that. So, you know, basically, I wanted to something, you know, and in terms of an artistic idea, and it sort of collapsed as I kind of realized it wanted to be something else, I suppose. And as I said, I started paying attention to my dreams and things, and started playing around there, and it was quite fun. So it turns out that, you know, I'm kind of talking about, you know, you kind of consciously want something, but then there's this other process that happens where it's sort of, you know, by virtue of accidents and different things, just things happen organically. And yeah, so it's been like, you know, just like a sculptor and everything, like you just kind of got the initial thing and you're just tinkering, and then something appears and it's like, oh, that's interesting, rather than this is what I want, you know. So that's the sort of juxtaposition there. Yeah.
Would this album be the dream's dream, or would it be more accurate to say that this is chronicling the dream that died, or is it kind of...
Yeah, no, the dream that died, yeah. In a way. I mean, you know, Bank Woe, there's a double meaning there, but, you know, in the Shakespeare play, you know, it's the ghost that haunts the king, you know what I mean? It's sort of like this unembodied thing. So, yeah, kind of that vibe. Just something that's not quite embodied. Yeah, it's sort of ghostly because it's not, yeah.
Still tethered, but it's not, right? Yeah. The ghost is following you. Would you like to bring us into our first song of today's Active Live session?
Yeah, this one's one of the singles called Deathbed. Yeah, and so this is dedicated to my beautiful, or our family beautiful cat, Misty. Misty Cat. For all the times, all the good times, all the good pets. sitting on a deathbed. I know I'm wrong. Feel so strongly weighed down so long. Sitting on a deathbed with arms untied. I feel like I'm drowning in my designs. Only through His word, softly into my ear, in the silos, into la 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 land of gold, into la land. Oh, sitting on the deathbed. I know it's time. Feel like I'm flying back. So divine. Laying up on the deathbed. An eagle with wings. Feel like I'm flying back. Away from things. Only through His word, softly into my ear, in the silo, into la 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 land of gold, into love, in the silo, into la 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 land of gold, into love
Deathbed from Banquo. Thank you so much for sharing that, and also good pets are forever as well for little
Yeah.
Missy Meow.
Yeah. Everybody love your cats.
Yep.
That includes Michael Laws. Anybody?
Oh yeah.
That guy.
So you've referenced the slow and deliberate process employed to record this album. With taking it slow, what has that offered you, I guess, with your own understanding of this record now? Has it brought any new lessons or reflections that you may not have had prior?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, I actually learnt to mix with it. So
Oh, wow.
as I was learning mixing, I was mixing it. So that's why I think there's like 106 demos or something, for each song. It's like
Whoa.
crazy. So, yeah, there was a lot of listening back and learning. Yeah. So, and the idea is that, because I was always really intimidated about it, right? And then I realized you just have to hear what you want to hear. You actually just follow your own ear, and it was kind of empowering. So I was like, oh, sweet. But yeah, learnt to mix with it, and then, production stuff, and I play all the instruments on it, so I learnt a lot of instruments for it, and yeah, so it was a whole thing. Lots of learning all the way.
Mm. That must have been a pretty empowering process as well, to sit within and develop your own skill set as well.
Yeah, it's sort of a necessity thing, it's just money and like being self-sustainable. But it is cool. It's a really great, just as an artist, it's quite fun once you feel comfortable in that zone. It's cool. Yeah.
So you've partnered with local label Home Alone for this release. Could you please tell us a little bit about your relationship with them and why you felt they were the best fit for this record?
Yeah, well, I think Brooke Singer, if you know, she sort of does a lot for it, and Lake and Tim there, they're all just really good, down-to-earth people who kind of understand how hard it is to just release a record on your own and just come from that space. So it was the most comfortable thing, and they, just made it so that I didn't have any. Because I've released a lot of records in the past, and they get like 100 odd listens, and I've spent so long on them, and I was like a little bit like, I need to like learn. I don't know how to. I hate like marketing, publicity. You know what I mean? That's like, yeah, that's not me. So, like I said, I had to be coerced into getting Instagram. And basically my sister Vera runs it, So it's like that kind of thing. Like I had a lot of resistance. So Home Alone sort of helped me, do all the extroverted stuff and just be supportive. So yeah, really cool.
So often it's expected of artists to be their own, lawyers, masters, mixers, all of that, social media. So it's really cool that you've been able to find a group to support such a record as
very thankful.
Banquo. I understand that you also work with Ben Lemmy on your last project, and he actually mentioned you in a active interview that it was one of his favourite things to work on. How did he contribute to this album?
To the Secret Intelligent Light, the last album, the Aura album.
Yeah.
Yeah, so me and him just worked together. I think it's been like, I actually worked on this album Tender Rage before that. So sort of about 10 years over just doing things, with the brother, and what can you say? It's just a pleasure to know and to learn from. I think I've learned a lot from Ben. Yeah. But this particular thing, I knew I had to get my own skill set. So that's, as I said, why I learned all of these kind of things that were annoying me about the process, like setting up mics and recording stuff, and so he's sort of empowered me to take that journey,
Right. So I guess like speaking on Aura as well, which is still quite heavily played on Active, may I just add. Would you say that that's the most major difference between that project and this one, is that it is so much more self-sustained and through your own hands through every step of the process?
Yeah, it's very, yes, like I can say very confidently that that and at the same time, that's the dynamic when you're making records, you collaborate and you learn that. So that's also a skill, which I also really love and value. And I just wanted to do that so that I knew as an artist what that was like, to do that. Because it's important. It's something that, So, but definitely the Aura stuff was more like, there were drums and a lot of things. I don't think there's any drums, like, so. Yeah, it's super melancholic, like compared to my other stuff in America. It's like, but we'll keep working together. We've done some stuff very recently, and we'll just keep the ball rolling. That whole crew. So there'll be more to come. Yeah.
Beautiful. Watch this space. Yeah. I think Banquo is stunning, and I was listening to it earlier before. My personal favourite is Send My Love, and I was wondering if you, out of all of the tracks, did you have a standout or favourite one?
Well, I would say that one thing with music that I've noticed is there's like a really strong like-dislike paradigm where, you know what I mean, where everything's like, do you like it or do you not? And what I love about directors in film is that the director doesn't really care if you like it or not, in the sense that this is the film, this is the product, and these are the scenes. So the songs are kind of like the scenes in the film, and that's what it is. So it's not really about like dislike. It's just an artistic offering, So I suppose, Banquo is more like a film, so each song I kind of have it's like a different scene. But I do love the end scenes, but I think the song Dream Song is kind of my favourite, which I'm doing next, actually. There we go.
What a segue.
What a segue, yeah.
Let's get into it then, into this next scene. I feel like there needs to be a bit of like a pause or a breath, your music and your lyrics are so tender and at such a pace where they feel like they need to breathe by itself. And that was something I felt listening to the album earlier as well, is that there's a bit of processing time between each track.
Yeah, it's a bit of a meal, like the album, even though it's quite short. But it is nice for all in one if you, but it's kind of, one thing is like, I lost, I realized that basically when someone passes away, there's like not enough music, there's a certain genre of music that you just need at that time. So I feel like that's kind of, you know what I mean, where you have to stay in that space emotionally, so that's kind of, it's a little bit of me considering that idea, in terms of people out there, and just like not being, not trying to offend their space or something. Just yeah.
The emotional processing, right? Like it is, I think, giving emotions, especially understood through music, the time that it needs to be felt properly and not skip over or skip through the process is incredibly important. And definitely I feel like your music and the Banquo record speaks to that. Was that an intention that you had coming into this fully, or did that come along during the process of building this record?
Yeah, because I think when you make a song, sometimes you get insecure, and you're like, you need drums and you need bass and you need the things that people are gonna like, But I really like, Nebraska from Bruce Springsteen. Like, he basically just went acoustic for an album, and I've always been like real grateful that he did that, just for the vibes, So I think I'm just trusting a lot in the vibes and hoping people get it, It's like there'll be some big fat beats coming up later. It's like
trust in the vibes for now and trust the future as well. Trust the future offerings.
Don't worry, like I know.
So along with this release as well, you have released a music video for Deathbed about a week ago.
Yeah, and then another one for Rungs today. Yeah.
Oh wow, wonderful.
Yeah, there's a new one. Yeah.
Brand new to go and watch after you.
Yeah, go.
Who's tuned in?
Yes, head up the tube.
The tube. Get it done. Kind of referencing back to what we were talking about before about you having such a large hand in every building block of this album. What was your relationship and how was your relationship with Joe Kane, your collaborator on this music video? How did that develop, and what was your own kind of processes approaching the video?
He might hate that I'm going to reveal this, but we, during that time last year, I grew up in Nainai, right in just kind of in view of a cemetery. He's a very creative human being, just generally, and we were just, we always would just hang out. We'd just always hang out and just chill and listen to music, and I really appreciate his like aesthetic tastes and stuff. Like he always brings me great artists, and you know what I mean. Like he's one of those kind of people who can dig and find cool stuff. So I think it was just we just sort of had a loose idea and just went and shot it. Really, it's pretty simple, and that's just what happened. Yeah. So check it out on the tube.
on the tube. Is your YouTube channel just underneath the name Albert River, or is there a particular handle we need to be looking for?
I just think it's Albert River Music.
Cool. Amazing. So we have room for one more song, but I did want to ask a few questions about the show that you were playing at Vogelmorn on the 21st of September,
Yes.
Alongside musician and filmmaker Martin Sagadin. What's your relationship with them, and have you worked together before?
Oh, they're incredible. No, actually. However, always we have these great chats and love of cinema, and I'm just a big fan as well of their music. I don't know if many people know. They have incredible music. So come to the show, please. Gonna be really chill but deep if you're up for that vibe.
Yeah,
it'll be cool.
Locked in but chill.
Yeah.
Focused and chill. I love it. And I understand that there is going to be a secret guest maybe for that show. Could you give us a little hint, maybe?
There's somebody who I'm trying to convince to change all their set to acoustic.
Oh, undertaking.
And they are keen. If you're out, if they will know who they are. So hopefully it will be an awesome Wellingtonian. Yeah. mystery not revealed.
Have to come to the show to actually find out, right?
Yes, pretty much.
And one last one from me today before we wrap it up. What do you hope the listeners take away from this release, especially after the chat we've been having today?
I don't care when you listen to it, but just have a moment whether that's a bit more deliberate. You know what I mean? Like, don't do the whole like Instagram skip vibes. Like if you're gonna give it a go, like give it a whole go. It's like not too long, half an hour of your time.
Yeah.
So just that, and that's all you can ask, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. So what song are you taking us out with?
Okay. This song is called Impossible Dreamer by Joni Mitchell. It's from the Dog Eat Dog album. And actually a friend, I've done this, it's with a friend, and I would love to have that friend here. They're not here at the moment, but I'm hoping, that they hear this. So this is for you, brother.
Thank you so much.
And Impossible Dreamer is good because it's about what we've been talking about. Street was loud, from an angry crowd. I thought of you, dreamer, you do, dreamer, you do, dreamer, you do. Land of the free, no hungry belly, oh, I'm full of you, dreamer, you do, dreamer, you do, dreamer, you
River. Congratulations on the release of Banquo, and thank you for your vulnerability and openness with us today as well.
So
It's
grateful to you as well. Thank you.
deeply
And Radioactive.
appreciated.
Yeah.
And big thank you as well to NZ On Air Music as well for supporting our active live segment. Raumeri Drive is up next, and if you're just catching the last bit of the broadcast, you can go back to our YouTube and watch the live performance back in a few hours. Kia ora, thank you.
Active Live. Friday, 3:30. Every week a new band. In studio. Brought to you by NZ On Air.